Peter Pan, Captain Hook, kill. This is really fun. I'm having a great time doing this. Seriously. I'm closing my eyes so I don't have anything. Okay, I gotta have a green one. The prince from Snow White never existed. He is actually the angel of death who brings Snow White to paradise after she died. I know this theory from the original Snow White. There's a lot of merits to this claim because the coloring of that period in the original is very glowy and yellow and beautiful. But I think what Snow White is really about is, you know, a transformation and rebirth and finding a more powerful version of yourself. So I tend to think that he's not the angel of death. He's too handsome. All right. Dopey is not a dwarf, but a child. He was actually Geppetto from Pinocchio when he was a child. You know, Walt Disney was the master of crossovers, right? They used a lot of sort of the same cells and the same sort of animation techniques and platforms for the movies, but I don't think that's true. I think Dopey, Doc, Bashful, and all those guys were the original. They existed before Disney's Geppetto, so I'm gonna have to say this theory is not accurate. It's a nice theory. It's cute. The 7 dwarves represent each an emotion of Snow White after she ran away from home. I think that could be, I could buy that. I think there's probably some truth to that. These characters, they have such humanity and they're so charming and they're so filled with life, and I think it's a great way to kind of, comedies in particular, we have something like called the comedy engine, which is like, what is the defining characteristic of any character that makes them interesting in a situation? I think that's what these guys, it's a very simple way to sort of look at them. And I think we, in our movie, tried to make these characters have a little bit of nuance in life and a little more dimension. So I think you can think of it that way. That's interesting. I wouldn't say that was my intention, but I think that's there's some interesting merits to this theory. Lilo and Nanny's parents were secret agents working with the CIA. Definitely true. Definitely true. Maybe we'll find out more about that when Lilo and Stitch comes out in June, I think, May, June? We'll see. Good theory, I like that. The evil queen from Snow White is actually Mother Gothel from Tangle. I don't think so. I think Mother Gothel to be a little bit more relatable than the evil queen. They have commonalities, but I think they have different nuances. Maybe similar archetypes, but different characters. The man locked in the magic mirror is Magnifico, the magician from Wish. You say man, I don't know what it is. It's a mask, it's a spirit from the dark beyond. So I think there's some overlap, some archetypal overlap, but I think they're probably different characters. That's my personal feeling on the matter. Hey Hey is actually a demigod tasked with protecting Moana. What does he do to protect Moana?
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's a fun theory.
Yeah. I find Moana protecting Hey Hey more commonly, you know, like keeping him from being eaten. And I'm gonna say, not a good theory.
But still, he never dies.
He never dies.
Even if he is always in dangerous situations, he never dies. So maybe he's a god.
But neither does Moana, and she's not a demigod.
She is now.
She is not.
At the end of the second
Oh, is she? Oh, that's right. Oh, jeez. I gotta go watch that again. Tarzan is actually Anna and Elsa's brother. I mean, I think this is provably inaccurate. This is misinformation. Tarzan is actually Anna and Elsa's brother. I don't know if I can agree with that. I think the timeline is quite different. I think Tarzan is sort of Victorian, and Anna and Elsa is probably maybe 100 years earlier. So I think we can say not accurate. In Tarzan, Jane Porter is Belle's Beauty and the Beast's granddaughter. Again, different time periods. I think it's 1700s France is Beauty and the Beast, and then Tarzan is about another 100 years later, I think. So we can say, I think, unless there's a time machine involved. Is there a multiverse in the Disney Princess universe? Maybe. You have all these theories. I'm looking for you to advise me on this. What do you think?
She could be a great-great-granddaughter?
Oh, sorry, it's Tarzan. Jane Porter is Belle's granddaughter. Jane's English. Belle is French. The French and the English can intermarry. So I suppose that's possible. Is this your theory?
I think this one is true.
You think this is true?
Yeah.
You think it's a big grand universe with all these...
Well, you have Beauty and the Beast characters in Tarzan. Like the cups.
Oh, the cup. Okay, yeah. You are just you're really. I like this. You're very deeply enmeshed in Disney lore. I'm very impressed. The hunter the huntsman from Snow White killed Bambi's mother to bring her heart to the queen. Oh no. The huntsman used knives and the hunter used a gun. So I think we can say safely that this is not true. But both very tragic characters that. Have broken a lot of little hearts, only to be mended by great music and big climaxes. In Peter Pan, Captain Hook killed. This is really fun. I'm having a great time doing this. In Peter Pan, Captain Hook's Captain Hook killed Ariel's mother. I think that's just a different universe, I have to say. What do you think? What's your position
I
on
think
this?
it could be possible.
You think it, well, could be possible and is likely. These are two different things.
We don't really know where it is in The Little Mermaid. I mean, where are they?
We don't know where the, yeah, that's, I suppose we don't know what universe they're in. That's true.